A gas leak in Durham causing delays, blocking intersections and evacuations a half-mile long. WRAL's breaking news tracker is live on scene, talking with neighbors displaced from their homes until it's fixed.
Our risk for severe storms has been newly expanded. Strong winds, heavy rain, and hail. I'm timing out when the strongest threats could fire up.
A downtown Raleigh institution calling it quits. The Armadillo Grill shutting its doors. What this means for Glenwood South.
Right now at 7, a propane gas leak is forcing families in a half-mile radius out of their homes in Durham. You can see Sky 5 flying over the scene on Andrew Avenue. Crews have been trying to get this gas leak under control for hours. Not long ago, we learned that road is expected to stay closed until 10 p.m. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ashley Rowe.
And I'm Dan Haggerty. Fire officials are also warning people not to return until it's safe. The question is, when is it going to be safe? We don't know how long that could be. WRAL's Willie Danley joining us live from the scene. Willie, what new information are you getting from there?
Well, I've talked to a lot of people who actually live there on Andrew Avenue, and they tell me it's extremely frustrating right now. There are actually several people who have their cars parked over here on the side of the road because they don't have anywhere to go. Take a look at this video that I captured here at the scene, and you can see this intersection. This is Andrew Avenue and Pleasant Road, where the paramedics have this street blocked off while the crews are working to repair that gas leak. According to Durham Fire, this all happened around the 3900 block of Andrew Avenue around 1:20. Initially, they only evacuated a quarter of a mile within that area, but they since have expanded that to half a mile from 3639 Andrew Avenue. It's actually a 30,000 gallon propane gas tank that's leaking. The company is currently on scene working to fix that, but people in that area have no place to go. I spoke to a young woman who actually had to walk there against the firefighters' wishes just to get her animals out of the house.
But what are people supposed to do that live on this street, that have kids that they've got to get to bed or have school tomorrow, or people who have work tomorrow? What are we supposed to do?
You can hear that frustration in her voice. She has nowhere to go for the time being. And anyone who lives within half a mile of that area are asked to evacuate. If you smell gas, don't light any flames. They're also asking you not to turn on electric devices in your house. I'm going to stay here on scene and keep you updated on when this scene clears and when people are allowed to go back home. Back to you.
All right, Willie Danley reporting live for us. We'll check back in, Willie. Thank you.
Right now, police are searching for 2 suspects involved in a shooting near the American Tobacco campus. This is video of the scene. WRAL obtained surveillance photos of 2 men who may have been involved in the shooting. It unfolded around 10 this morning. Police were already on scene for that incident when a 911 call incorrectly reported an active shooter on the campus around 11. Cristo Rey Research Triangle High School went into a lockdown and then evacuated for police to search. Durham Mayor Leonardo Williams lives in the American Tobacco campus. He is understandably frustrated by the violence.
I hope my colleagues wake up, and see that this is what we have to do. And when I say my colleagues, I'm talking about every elected leader in this community, every community leader in this community. I hope we're listening to the issues and just not the folks who are organized to come and say what they want to say.
Students at Cristo Rey went back to school after the all clear was given.
The Fayetteville Police Department and the FBI need the public's help now to build a timeline of where and when now 17-year-old Blake Devon and 27-year-old London Devon were last seen. London Devon was last seen in 2019, and Devon has been missing since 2022. While searching for them, authorities found skeletal remains, which have been sent now to the medical examiner's office for identification, but we haven't had any determination on that yet. Police have not said where even they found those remains. The Devon family, we do know, moved to Fayetteville in 2015. In November then of 2016, they moved to a home on Eichelberger Drive, where they lived until June of 2019. The Devon family then moved to a home on Barradale Drive, where they still currently live. The family who now currently lives on that first home at Eichelberger Drive is not related to this investigation, and police say that that family is cooperating with police. Now, investigators are asking anyone who visited either of those addresses, delivered something, bought something there, sold something, repaired something, anything, or simply saw something, to give them a call.
We are tracking a level 1 risk for severe storms tomorrow. You see that low pressure system coming across on our radar. In the last several hours, that threat was expanded to include most of the viewing area. Meteorologist Kat Campbell is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Kat, give us a timeline on these storms.
It will be tomorrow afternoon and during the evening hours. The first half of the day is dry, but warming up. And it's that warm air that could fuel some of these strong storms by the afternoon. Damaging wind gusts and hail are the threats. And this includes most of the area, including all of the Triangle, Fayetteville, and Sand Hills as well. Tomorrow morning, we're off to a dry start, and we're likely to be dry through the lunch hour. As we get toward 2-3 o'clock, I think the best chance of a storm would be in our southern counties, and that will shift to our eastern counties as we get closer to 5, 6, 7 o'clock. But there may be a second round, a little bit less certainty with this second potential round. It shouldn't be as widespread. It would come after sunset, but there will still be a small chance of a storm with that second round after sunset. This is not the only chance for rain for the weekend. It's scattered storms tomorrow, a 40% chance, just a 20% rain chance Saturday. So that's going to be your best day for outdoor plans. And then rain returns on Sunday. I'll have a closer look at our weekend systems coming up.
All right, Kat, thank you.
The list of downtown Raleigh businesses shutting their doors is growing again. This is a familiar name, the Armadillo Grill on Glenwood South. Just closed abruptly after more than 20 years in business. It is the latest in a string of Raleigh staples closing just this month following Clouds Brewing and Capitol Club 16. A sad day for some, but as WRL's Sean Gallagher explains, it is a brighter day on the horizon for some others.
Armadillos are nocturnal, so it shouldn't be a surprise when you don't see them during the day.
That's very disappointing.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
But this came as a shock to these fans of Armadillo Grill on Thursday when they saw this note posted on the door announcing the restaurant is closing its Raleigh spot for good. The end of an era.
I can make a taco at home. Like, it's not about that. You're not going to have a lot of people just come in just because maybe you have good food or a nice chef.
As a gardenscape designer for local businesses, Sharon McCracken has seen her fair share of businesses blossom on Glenwood South, and more are budding up.
You can definitely feel that there is a change going on the streets of downtown Raleigh, for sure.
Well, what's this neighborhood like? I mean, is it up and coming or what?
Yes.
A sentiment echoed by Larry Miller, president of the Glenwood South Neighborhood Collaborative. Statewide, restaurant sales continue to climb since the pandemic, jumping $500 million since 2021. And locally, it's been the same. Sales in Glenwood South are up 31% from pre-pandemic levels, and foot traffic is up 19%. So Miller feels good about the future of this area.
We hate to lose an institution like this, but when one door closes, it opens it up an opportunity for someone else to step in.
But until then, it's back to the drawing board for Armadillo's biggest fans.
I don't know. I'm going to go back to my office and probably order something on DoorDash.
Larry tells me he expects this place to get picked up quickly. He says there are already businesses waiting to move in to Clouds Brewing and Capitol Club 16, even though both just announced they were closing this month. In Glenwood South, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
And the Raleigh Downtown Alliance explained to WRAL that businesses close obviously for different reasons. While 9 businesses have closed in that area this year, 19 others are opening for their first time, and 32 others will be open right behind them.
Johnston County has long been known as a strong agricultural community, but the area has seen a huge increase in biopharma jobs over the last several years. Today, Grifols celebrated the 50th anniversary of its Clayton plant. The facility originally started developing medicines back in 1974. Grifols has put over $1 billion into the facility.
It's so important for our young people today to understand they can have a career in biopharmaceutical, that everyone doesn't have to attend a 4-year university. There's so much opportunity right here in your own backyard.
Good morning.
The company's CEO says they continue to invest in order to eventually double what they can produce from the Clayton facility.
Ashley, I want to bring our viewers into the WRAL Live Center. Good evening. I am Chris Loving. I want to show you some video. This is from a little bit earlier. Durham Public School employees outside the school board before it voted, and actually at the process, the school board meeting is happening right now. But this is about that proposed budget to address the pay slip up that kind of happened beginning of this year, trying to figure out the whole salary saga that WRAL has been following here. Now, both certified and classified staff rallied outside this afternoon, as you see in that video there, and they're trying to bring in support, that is, for market-based raises. raises. There was basically research saying that they should be paid X amount, but then we again saw that salary slip up happen earlier in the year that we continue to follow. Now, WRAL's Carly Haynes is in the school board meeting right now. I asked her if she could just send me 3 quick bullet points of what she has taken away from this meeting. She says many support the proposed budget to give classified staff raises. Many hope the budget will offer them the market-based raises they were promised in October, and many are asking for more funding for special education teachers that are called EC instructors in Durham. So she's going to have more information on that at 10 o'clock on Fox 50 and again on 11 o'clock on WRAL. But this meeting is happening right now, and a vote is expected to address that salary issue.
All right, we'll see what they say. Chris, thank you. Imagine driving past this. What a sight. Dramatic video here on a North Carolina highway. A boat catching fire under a bridge. What needs to happen for that busy road to stay safely open? Plus, a new lawsuit filed over reports of heavy metals found in your child's Lunchables. This was a wild scene and created a big problem on a North Carolina highway today. You're taking a look at a boat that caught fire under a bridge. This is over Highway 74 in Scotland County, and it's closed it now until sometime tomorrow. The DOT saying no injuries, fortunately, were reported. But again, it's unclear when this is going to reopen or really how it even happened in the first place. But man, that video is wild. We won't know anything about the road's condition until sometime tomorrow. State crews will have to inspect the bridge, of course, for safety before that part of 74 can reopen. There are 2 new ways to pay tolls. Customers can pay their toll or add money to an existing NC Quick Pass account at license plate agencies and MoneyGram locations. Right now, there are only 2 participating license plate agencies. One is in Durham on University Drive. The other is in Fuquay Arena on Broad Street. The program is expected to expand to more locations.
Tonight, a new warning to check your infant's seat over safety concerns. The Chibebe Snuggle Pod violates the federal infant pillow ban. According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, because of the way that it's made, a baby could suffocate in it. The manufacturer is not agreeing to a recall or to refund customers, but the CPSC says you should stop using the Snuggle Pod and trash it immediately. Kraft Heinz Foods is being sued after a report about the heavy metal content in Lunchables. Last week, 5 on Your Side told you Consumer Reports found concerning levels of lead and other heavy metals in the popular children's food kits. While the levels are below regulatory limits, CR says over time they can lead to health and developmental problems. A New York mother filed a class action lawsuit this week citing Consumer Reports testing and accusing Kraft Heinz of false, misleading, and deceptive advertising. Humans across the globe are consuming more plastic than ever before, an average of 122 pounds per person each year. And only about 5% of it is being recycled. That's according to the Department of Energy. WRAL's climate change reporter, Liz McLaughlin, breaks down now what that means for the environment and the new low-waste alternatives.
Your average bathroom is full of plastic, soap, shampoo, and other toiletries that often list water as the first ingredient. These are bulky items bought over and over again and require energy to use and dispose of them. Now, one Durham woman is hoping to change that.
So we have like a really great laundry powder.
Alyssa Cherry is trying to replace replacing with refilling.
Candles, bright black candles, you can bring back the container back and they will reuse it as well.
She started her company Fillery 10 years ago.
Fill, obviously, refill, Fillery.
Offering all sorts of low to zero waste household products.
We have all of the refills. This is all the different hand soaps and all of the shampoo and conditioner and lotion and hand sanitizer.
Her company makes more than 350 gallons of natural soap each week, offered in a glass bottle that can be refilled in store or ordered in bulk online.
And then you can ship us back the empty container. We wash, sanitize, and refill it.
It's a model that's part of the circular or closed-loop economy to extend the life cycle of products and cut down on plastic waste. The focus of a recent panel at UNC featuring Cherry and Caroline DeLoach from Atlantic Packaging.
So if we are going to solve the climate problem, we really need to look at the stuff that we are consuming. A lot of this is a story of stuff.
Less stuff means lower emissions and less waste.
The past year, we have close to 300,000 bottles that we've prevented from going in the landfill.
Diversion that can fight climate change, one bottle at a time. Liz McLaughlin, WRAL News.
if you're interested, if you said, wow, that's a great idea, Fillory products are available online or at shops such as Weaver Street Market and the Durham Co-op. Other low-waste options are using shampoo and soap bars instead of liquids or concentrates that you mix yourself at home.
Yeah, there's so many different things that you can do just with a little bit of effort. Let's get things over to meteorologist Kat Campbell on what looks like a beautiful night on Lake Gaston.
It is gorgeous outside, and there was somebody fishing out here on the dock just a few minutes ago, and they left, but man, it looks so peaceful. I just wanted to trade places with them. What a beautiful evening and a nice sunset there on Lake Gaston. We've got changes coming. Today, we were at 87 for the high. Tuesday morning, we are back down to 46, so don't get too settled into the 80-degree weather just yet. You've only got one day left, not just over the next couple, but really for the entire 7-day forecast. 74 is our normal high this time of year. We're 10 degrees above that still tomorrow. And then we begin to cool down over the weekend. Mid-70s isn't bad on Saturday, but you're really going to notice a difference by Sunday and Monday with highs in the mid-60s. And we'll be back in the 70s by the middle of next week. Just no more 80s after tomorrow, and definitely no more upper 80s like what we saw today. Here's the cold front that we're tracking that's going to knock temperatures down. It's this same cold front that could spark a few severe storms tomorrow afternoon and evening. Not everybody is going to see severe weather tomorrow. Based on the data that I've seen, it's really more likely south of the triangle and perhaps east of the triangle. So let's take a look at Futurecast. Through lunchtime, we are dry. If you want to do lunch outside, should be nice to do so. We could see a few isolated storms begin to develop in our southern counties by 2-3 o'clock, and those could continue into the evening hours. There may be a second batch that tries to develop after sunset tomorrow evening. Models are split on this, but with the front, if it still hasn't passed, we're still going to have the lift needed for rain to form. So we could still see a few isolated storms develop later tomorrow night. There just won't be very many of them. Those could still be strong, though. Tomorrow, if you do want to head out and about, just try to do so early in the day. At 8 a.m., it's 63, partly cloudy. By 10 a.m., a great day at the playground, 72. Still dry and partly cloudy, and 78 at lunchtime. As we get into the afternoon, though, that's when you're going to need to open up your WRAL weather app, check in on the dual Doppler 5000 radar if you're out and about, and make sure that you don't have any activity popping up nearby, especially given that there will be the threat for storms, and those could have some lightning involved tomorrow. Town by town highs are in the upper 70s in Roxborough and South Hill, mid 80s in the Triangle, 87 in Fayetteville as long as the rain doesn't get here too early. I think our southern counties have the best chance of seeing that pop up first. After that, we are cooling right back down, 64 on Sunday. It's cloudy with rain chances, 49 that night. And then by Tuesday morning, we're all the way down to 46 degrees. Monday is trending a little bit less cloudy, at least. Mid-60s expected, and then some 70s on the horizon. I've got to say, before we have all these 80s and 90s coming up for the summer, I like a couple days in the 70s thrown in. I still want a little spring before we get to the summer-like heat.
Agreed.
Well said, Kat. Thank you.
Barbecue and live music come together for a big festival in our area this weekend. We're going to run you through some of the events, all the stuff happening in tonight's edition of Out and About next.
April is a busy month for outdoor events, and this weekend is no exception.
Great stuff to do, a lot of stuff with the family, festivals coming up, including one where guests will be going over the edge for a special cause. WRAL lifestyle editor Kathy Hanrahan has the details in Out and About.
Enjoy some great live music and some tasty barbecue during the annual Crewgrass event in downtown Raleigh on Saturday. This family-friendly event is free to attend, and there will be a special kids zone with face painting, arts and crafts, and more fun. The event is happening on Fayetteville Street from noon to 6 p.m. Also on Saturday, Duke Children's Hospital will host its annual Children's Community Fair and Over the Edge event in CCB Plaza in downtown Durham. People will be rappelling down the side of the 21C Museum to raise money for the Children's Hospital. There will also be a family fun zone with face painting and a teddy bear hospital. The event is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and admission is free. Also this weekend, the annual Lebanese Festival will be happening in Raleigh. There will be food, music, dancing, raffles, and more fun. The event is happening Saturday and Sunday. Admission is free. These are just a few ways to get out and about this weekend. Kathy Hanrahan, WRAL News.
That all looks fun. You rappelled down a building, too.
I did over the edge.
Yes. Was that scary?
It was fun.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that I would recommend doing it on live television, but we made it. We survived.
Go check it out. So there were also some special moments for some exceptional children in Cumberland County schools.
The 40th annual Very Special Arts Festival gave the students a chance to take the stage and shine. WRAL Fayetteville reporter Gilbert Bays has been the MC for all 40 years. This year's theme was traveling around the world through the arts.
Nice.
There were on-stage performances in front of a huge crowd, and these kids are into it. Plenty of hands-on activities for these guys. The students absolutely loved it, as you can see, and parents adored it.
So this is a good inclusivity event for the kids. It's kind of like their Super Bowl. You pulled out all the stops.
That looks so fun.
Yeah, the festival is making a comeback after sitting out a year because of COVID. Organizers hope to include middle and high school student performers at next year's event. I bet that'll happen. That'll be awesome. The loudest arena in the NHL is sure to be buzzing with playoff hockey in just 2 days.
So the Canes kick off their Stanley Cup playoff run Saturday at PNC Arena. It's against the New York Islanders. The series will be a rematch of the first round matchup between these two teams last season. The Canes took down the Islanders in 6 games in that series. It was a tough one, tougher than I think a lot of us wanted to see. The full schedule for this year's first round will come out tonight once all the league's regular season games end. But the Canes have a good one this year. They are, they're one of the favorites.
You know what's one of the favorites for me is this view of Beaufort. I mean, look at these
goodness.
guys just coming in for a nice sail, or maybe they're just heading out with the sunset in the background. Like, that is beautiful. That is like a painting.
They're probably watching us on their phone.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, enjoy the night. Hey, thanks for making WRAL News your choice for local TV.
Our next newscast is at 10 on Fox 50 and 11 on WRAL. Enjoy this beautiful view. Have a great night.
Keep watching WRAL News over the air channel 34 and Spectrum channel 1257.